What's going on out there, good people? It is your boy. Look around with LMD Trading. Um, can't even say TGIF today. That would not be appropriate. But we are coming to you today with another daily trade review. Um, Not the way I wanted to start. To start it off by all means. If you remember, I had stated that come the second quarter, I would be increasing my risk level, and that's what we did this morning. And got into a trade way oversized, extremely oversized, and we were just about one and done on the morning. Um, so I'm not about to delay this one. We're gonna go and get this over with real quick. And I'm eating rice and beans tonight. No steak. Let's get these get the watch list pulled up real quick. April Fool's Day. I know y'all was waiting on it. I already know y'all was waiting on it, but that's what the numbers actually look like today. Um, we got on there another good day, but it actually didn't feel like a good day. Morning session wasn't really good, but let's get the charts pulled up. Let's get back into the business. Um, ugly choppy day, ugly choppy day, but we managed to keep it green. Primarily, guess where? In the afternoon. Afternoon came through. But as you can see, everything was just choppy. And like I said, every time I load up this workspace on Thinkorswim, it keeps putting Tesla. Don't plan on trading Tesla no time soon. But yeah, everything was just choppy today. Just ugly. But let's pull up TraderView. See what we was doing. April 1st, TGIF. We took 8 trades today. Closed out 130 bucks to the good. As you can see, the morning, ugly. Ugly, 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 ugly. We were actually red a little bit. And then we came back in the afternoon and took 2 trades. NVDA, excellent trade there. This one here, we did somewhat increase our risk on. So that one there was not a lie. We increased our risk on that one, primarily by buying contracts that had a higher delta. Instead of the 0.25 delta, I want to say these deltas were around 0.75, 0.8. So they kind of popped a little quicker. And this actually should have been about 200 bucks. That was about 200 unrealized. And we let it come back. We moved our stop and we let it come back and stop us out. So, but let's go ahead and get the charts pulled up so we can rock and roll. Uh-oh, hold on. Bammo. All right, we back in business. So yeah, we ended up trading AMC again today. That one was still on my watch list. I was rotating through it. And that was the first trade that we took this morning. So we see it flushed down good all day. And let's see if we got a good trade on it. We bought one put on this one, 57 bucks, and we got in at 939. 939. Today just felt like I was chasing all day. Is what it felt like. Uh-oh. Hold on. I didn't save this. That sucks. When I set this up yesterday, I didn't save it. I should have saved it so I wouldn't have to do that today. And I'd also like removed some of these charts over here yesterday. Dun, dun. Hold on. I'm sorry, folks. Should have had all this done. Where's today? There we go. All right, because I'm like, it shouldn't be no little arrow on there. All right, so we cooking with grease now. So we got in this at 9:39. 9:39 and 54 seconds. So we got in this early. It looks like that arrow is red. I'm just raggedy today. It is red. All right, let's change that to white and save it as default. There we go. All right, so we got in a little early. Here was the area to get in at, so we jumped it just a hair bit. Getting in there, putting a stop there. And we got out of this one at 9:44. 9:44. We got out on this candle as it was coming back up for a whopping $8. That wasn't even worth the hassle of clicking it. But definitely see we left a lot on the table. And that was our first trade. Like I said, just a hair bit early. We could have waited for this candle to give us the confirmation to enter the trade. I wish I knew what that delta was on that. Even though I usually don't like to play stocks that are like $25, just because it's kind of hard to get a full move out of it, to get a full dollars move quick enough. You have to sit in it a little longer. So this went from 24.66 to 24.20. So it went 40 cents. So definitely be curious to see what the delta was on that. It probably was pretty doggone low. Because we paid $57, sold it for $65. But that was our first one out the gate. Again, we are using the 1 minute chart to get in trades now. Second trade that we took was on Apple. Apple 9:46 is when we got into this one. Let's see where we getting in at. Right there. And we got in 9:46 and 18 seconds. So decent entry, only with the exception of this little tiny doji candle right there. Nice pullback. That would be my only concern with it. But again, we're going to get in there. We'll put our stop up there. This one, we bought two puts. We bought the two puts, paid 40 cents for these. So $40. And we got out at 9:52. Got out in this candle right here. Man, getting out of these very early. These first two, we got out extremely early on these. Because this thing kept going. This thing kept going. We made $20 on this trade. Made $20 on it. Again, like I say, here's not a bad entry, but coming back looking at the chart, here is the better entry right there. Because it tested it here, pull back, it tested it again, get in here, set the stop there, and this thing made a nice move. Not sure why I was a little gun shy on staying in those first two, but they were both green, so that is good. And Next trade that we took was on the SPY. On the SPY. Let's look at the SPY real quick. Yeah, it's a little choppy. Breaking the VWAP, coming back down. That one is fairly good. But definitely a choppy pattern on the 1 minute. But let's see what we were doing. We got into this one at 10:03. Let me shrink that just a little bit. 10:03 is where we were getting in. So we would have been getting in on that candle. This thing is going and it's pulling back, but you don't want to see it pull back that far. This one came down. That one pulled back to a good area. That's about halfway, right there at a little support or resistance. But then look at what it did. It popped. If we would have got in right here, we would have got stopped out. Definitely would have gotten stopped out unless we took one contract and put the stop way up there. But then we would have turned right back around and got stopped out over there, or got out of the trade. Got out of the trade kind of flat. So this was not a good entry at all. Looking over here to the left. And we'll see why in 2 minutes. 10:05. 10:05, this candle right here. We stopped out for a full loss, 26 bucks. So just looking at this, the way these are like cupping, they cupping back up, not good entries. You want on a pullback, you want it to be a smooth sequential pullback. This here is indecision, and it's just cupping back up. That's not good. So not a good trade. Not a good trade right there. And let's see what our next one was. Next one was AMD. AMD. And we got into, and we see AMD was kind of doing the same thing with these little funky cups back up. I don't know what the technical term is for that, but I'm gonna call it a cup. And guess where I got in at? 10:07, right where it was doing that little cup. This thing kind of came down, popped, triggered us in, which it was not really a good entry to be getting triggered in on. And guess how long it took us to stop out on this one? 2 minutes again. Bam, back up, and we took another full stop on this one. 26 bucks. Definitely not a good move right there. That is not a good move. Even coming back up here, this was a chart that we should not have even been looking for entries until it smoothed itself out and gave us some clean entries. But we kept on trading, and this time we traded Apple. And Apple was giving us clean pullbacks, but guess what? You don't want this pullback to go this far. Halfway is good. You want a halfway pullback. That's letting you know that the sellers still have this thing in control. If it comes all the way back up to here, it makes you wonder, like, why didn't the sellers start pushing this back down here? But we got into this one at 10:13. We played a call. We played a call on this one at 10:13, which would have been right there. We had no confirmation that this was going to hold VWAP. So there was no reason to take this trade here. Plus, looking to the left, you got this stuff over here. Look where this thing came to. Right to the top. Almost to the penny. Let's see what the high is on that. The high is 174.17. See what the high is on this. 174.17. It came right to the penny. It literally came right to the penny and rolled over. Look to the left. You got this to the left. This is as far as you're going to go. So if this thing pops and it's telling you that it's catching flack from there, it's catching pressure, I should have been out like right here. I should have been getting out in this candle right here. Let's see where we got out at. We got out at 1019. 1019. As it came back to the VWAP. So looking at this chart real time, I should have seen this. First, I should have seen this one. First, I should have seen that one. Because look, that one came to right there. And then it came back down. So this probably fought just to get pushed through here. And then it came up to here. And if you look at all of these tops, all of these top and tails, they all were catching flack. This one here caught flack there. So no confirmation that this is going to hold the VWAP. And we catching trash to the left. And this one cost us $16. And we had one call on that one. We paid $34. So we didn't pay much to get in it. And had this one came over here, retested, and then went up, that would have been a good low cost trade to make money. But not a good entry there at all. Bottom and tail looks good, but that's the only reason to take the trade. But we can find several reasons not to take the trade. And those not to take the trades outweighed that one bottom and tail. So that was on Apple. And then we took one more trade on Apple in the morning. And this one here, we sized up and we bought 4 puts. And let's see if it was something showing why I bought 4 puts on this one. Got in this trade at 1020. 1020. Wow, 1020. Where you at, 1020? Okay, got in right there as this was coming back down and breaking the VWAP. Can't say that it was anything special about it. Was getting in when it broke the low of this candle, basically letting you know that it's coming back down. And I actually thought that this would go lower because it didn't really have, if you look to the left, it didn't really have any areas to kind of catch it. So got in thinking that this is just going to flush back down to the downside, just based on these big, nice green candles, thinking, okay, we're going to get those same red ones. So sized up on this one. And bought 4 contracts. We got out of the first 2 of them at 10:23, or I'm sorry, 10:22 and 40 seconds. So would have been getting out on this candle right here. And then got out of the last 2 at 10:23 and 30 seconds. So we were getting out on this candle here. We bought these for $39 each. Sold the first 2 for $45. Sold the last 2 for $51. And we made $36 on this trade. So made about 25% maybe. 40 times 4, 160. And we made 36. So almost 25%. Not bad, not bad, but definitely expected more out of this one. I thought that this would have pushed down a little bit further. Just looking over here to the left, it wasn't really no clear signs of support. I guess you can maybe this tail here, this tail here. But yeah, definitely thought that it would go a little bit further down. But that is how we left the morning. That is how we left the morning, went about our day, and then sat back down as I usually do in the afternoon. I open up the computer just to see what the market is doing. And I took a peek at NVDA. NVDA. Let's look at the big picture real quick. NVDA was just chopping around. Wasn't really respecting any true levels. It just was chopping. Other than this little green level right here. It kind of respected it for a little while. But we bought puts on NVDA. We bought them on the tail end of the day. Bought the first one at 315 at 15.19. Let's see what we were seeing at 15.19. Okay, we're getting in on this candle here. Got in at 15.19, 14 seconds. So I'm gonna call that a good spot. So we see this kind of chopped around, testing this green line. Finally got here, tested it again, pushed up, and then pushed down, and it finally broke it. And we got in right there. And again, we took two puts, but we took these with decent deltas. Because even if you come over here and look right here, the delta right now was at 0.79. So got these with a decent delta. And we stayed in these for 6 minutes. Got out of both of them at 15.25. 15.25. So we're getting out on this green candle as it came right down to this trend line. It came right to the trend line, pushed back up off of it, made this little red candle, but it couldn't keep going, and we got out on the green candle. And we made $120 on this trade. Like I said, at the time, it was unrealized 200. So down there, that was unrealized 200. Probably should have at that time respected this trend line because it had respected it there. Didn't get anywhere else pretty much near it, but you see it respected it did when it did come back down. But $120 on that trade. That was not a bad trade. Now, because we paid more for the delta, or because the delta was higher, we did pay more for these. We paid $550. Paid $550 per contract. So we paid $1,100 to take this trade, and we made 120. So we made about 10% on our money. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad at all. And we see that it worked perfectly. It worked perfectly. And then we took one more trade before we finished the day up. Took a trade on Facebook. We bought a put on Facebook. And this one here, let us see what we were looking at. Didn't really make much money on this one. 15.30, so we got in at 330. So getting in right as it's kind of breaking that. This the move. That's about half of the move. Right back up to support or resistance. On a top and tail. So that's good. Triggers us in. Then it does that. It leaves this ugly top and tail. But we set through the top and tail because, again, we have one contract. So we can give this a little extra room before it would actually fully stop us out at 26 bucks or 25 bucks. Just so happened we was getting hit for 26 today on our full stops, but 25 bucks. That's what a full stop is going to cost us. And we got out of this one 5 minutes later, 15:35. So somewhere's in this candle right here. With this one, we do know that most that we probably going to get out of this is down to here. So on this one here, I'm probably pretty sure that the probably didn't have that same delta that NVDA had. And let's just take a look. 225 put. So this one actually right now it says that, but you can't go by that because nah, definitely not going by that right there. But looking at this, I don't think that this had a decent delta on there because out of that move, and actually it may have been because that was only a 40 cents move right there. That's 40 cents. So if it had a 0.25 delta on 40 cents, you're only going to get 12 bucks out of it. We got $14 out of the trade. So yeah, that's about right. That's about right when you run them numbers in your head. But we paid 162 bucks for it and got out of it for 176 and we made $14. And that was it for the day. Didn't feel like a good day. Didn't feel like a good day. And that's why I said when I put that comment on that little thumbnail, another good day. It was a green day, but it didn't feel like a good day. So I'm not sure if y'all have those type days, but that's what today felt like. It was a green day, but it wasn't a good day. If we were going to grade ourselves, I would probably say this was a C day, maybe a C plus day. Made money, but it wasn't really good money. And I did take one other trade in my Webull account. I bought one contract in that one, and that one was a red. That was a red trade as well. I think I lost 28 bucks on that trade. So, but that's how we did the day. But let me see something real quick, if y'all don't mind. I want to see how we did in March. Let's pull up March real quick. Let's go back over to Trader View and see how we did on the month. And then we'll be up out of here. Trader View. All right, so let's see. Let's filter. Actually, that's not right. 3-1. 3-1 to 31. Bam. All right, detail. Let's see what we did this month. $2 grand this month. Average daily gain 90 bucks. Decent. We say that we want to do 100 bucks a day. So a little short on that. Let's blow that up a little bit. Average winning trade 42. Again, we want it to be about 50. A little short. Average loser. This is good. We kept it right there around 25. So that's good. Winning trades 58%, losers 39. That's that 60-40. If we can get this to 70-30, 65-35, somewhere around there, we'd be all right. Largest gain 179. That's nice. Largest loss 52. A little bit more than we want to see, but we will be increasing our risk. We will be increasing our risk going into April. I don't know though. I say that I got to think about that, because if this market is going to stay choppy, I don't think I want to put that risk out there. So I have to think about that. But let's see. Profit factor 2.63. So keeping it right there around 2 to 1. It's a good profit factor. Hold time on the wins 22. Hold times on the losses 14. Scratches 12 minutes right there in the halfway. We had 2 scratches. So max wins 7. Max losses 4. That's interesting. That's interesting. For the month of March, Wednesdays were flat. Wednesdays were flat. Performance by hour at first 30 minutes, because we know the market starts at 9:30. So from 9:30 to 10 o'clock was our sweet spot. 10 to 11, we did good. I would have thought that this one would have been a little bit more at 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock, when we sat back down in the afternoons. We see right there at noon was not good. And that's it. That's it. Not bad. Let's look at the 3 months. Let's come down here. I just want to see where we fared. Okay. So January was our best. That's 2,400. February 1,100. And March was $2,000. So not bad. Not bad. Even just considering how it was. Like we took one multi-day trade where we kept it overnight. Duration, holding it 10 to 20 minutes. It's pretty good. Holding it 10 to 20 minutes. But we're going to wrap this one up. We right at our 30 minutes. So I hope y'all had a good week in the market. If you hadn't already hit that subscribe and that like button, please do so. Doesn't cost you a thing. Doesn't cost you a thing. And we'll be back at it next week. I know every week I say I'm going to try to sit down and make some other videos. I actually worked on a new scanner today that I'll be curious to see how it works Monday. So I'll try to get that video posted. It's going to be a volume momentum low float scanner. Even though Thinkorswim doesn't have low float, we're going to put that out there right now. Thinkorswim doesn't have a setting for low float, but they do have a setting for shares, which is shares outstanding. And if you set that number to a particular shares, you know that float's going to be below it. So if you were to set it at, like, let's say 40 million shares, you know that the float is going to be less than 40. So if you did 25 million shares, you know that the float's going to be less than that. But try to get that done and post it tomorrow. So hope y'all have a good weekend. Hopefully you're doing something good. Spend some time with the family. Get out and get some sunlight if you're in a sunny area. And just be safe overall. And we will see you next time. Peace.